So are we ready? Is the microphone on? I can't tell. Is the microphone on? Can people hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Touch it.
Okay.
The technical support over here. So, welcome everyone here, students from around the state, and special guests, and newspaper reporters, and other interested parties. My name is Brian Keefe, and I am a new legislator from Manchester, Vermont. I'm here to welcome you and to introduce our two guests. Just as way of introduction to the topic, I grew up in Franklin County. I went to Bellows Free Academy, which is a public school. I'm old enough, we didn't have kindergarten, so I was 1 through 12 at the public school there. My dad was a school teacher and administrator. But for the last 26 years, I've lived in Manchester, Vermont, where we have a strong tradition of public and independent schools. That mosaic of schools has served our region well, it's served our culture well, it's served our economy well, and it's served our students well. And growing up in the Manchester area, kids that grow up there, I really don't feel they feel the same tension that sometimes is felt in this building between the independent and the public schools, because it's part of the way of life and it's part of our culture, as I said before. And I'll just say one more thing before I introduce Jasmine, and that is that it's also part of our economy. And we have many public and independent schools in our region. Parents have a lot of choice between and among these schools. It attracts people to our region. It attracts young families to our region. And we've heard a lot in this brief beginning of our legislature, and we heard some from the governor yesterday about the need to attract people to Vermont. And we have such a beautiful state. We have many great attributes and resources in this state. And I really think we need to consider our public and independent schools as part of that value, and areas that benefit by this mosaic and that are attracting families by virtue of that. And that's not exclusionary of other areas that don't have that similar mosaic, but in our area, I can tell you, and it came out in the public hearing that the State Board of Education held a couple of weeks ago, many people, family members, both the students and the parents, said the reason they live where they live is because of the school system. And I just really think we need to, as we have these discussions, bear that in mind. As I said, it's a part of the tradition in many parts of Vermont that aren't as well understood in other parts of Vermont. And I really hope that over the course of time we just better understand both sides and the many sides of the issues that come up with the independent school issue. So, having said all that, we have two speakers that will be brief because we have a luncheon to get to across the street. And it's my pleasure to introduce first Jasmine Whitaker from the Riverside School in Lyndonville, and she's fresh off testifying before the House Education Committee this morning, so anything that happens here will be short competition for the grilling that I'm sure she got there. So here's Jasmine.
Good morning. My name is Jasmine Whitaker, and I'm a 7th grader at the Riverside School. I would like to tell you why school choice is important and how it has benefited my life. Being able to choose my school helped me choose a school that fit and at an affordable cost. A metaphor said that I heard is that you might give everyone in the world a shirt, but that doesn't mean it will fit. And like shirts, schools are the same. Riverside had many things to offer that fit me perfectly, but every kid is different, and so is every school. Some schools have a stronger English program or science program or math program. Every school has something to offer that will fit some kids better than the school in their town. My new school fit me academically, where my other school did not. My new school made me feel like I was part of a family. It also had many extracurricular activities. We had Every year we have a whole week devoted to working on our play, and we go on 2 3-day, 2-night field trips. In the spring, we go to more urban places, and in the fall, we go to rural camps. On the last day of camp, we have a community service day to give back to what the camp gave us. We also have a community service day where we do service in Linden and St. Jay. Riverside also has Latin in school, and we have a Latin club that competes all around, and we normally crush the high school teams. At Riverside, I was put in an environment where I'm learning how to lead, and next year I will have even more opportunities to do that. In fact, the mission of the Riverside School is to develop active learners, patient leaders, engaged citizens, and a supportive community. Another big part of Riverside is public speaking. Every year we have to give 2 speeches, one on biography fair and one on mythology day. And in 8th grade, you have to give an 8th grade presentation about something you're interested in. I'm also not afraid to express my opinion. I'm learning that it's okay to say what you believe in. Because of school choice, I was able to pick a school that fit perfectly for me. When I did, I remember coming home telling my mom that there was something different about this school and my other one. Everybody loves school, and I automatically knew I wanted to go there. It was an honor to speak to you today about school choice and how it has benefited my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine. Our next and final speaker is Kevin Chavos from Washington, D.C. It turns out that Kevin was elected as a Democrat to the D.C. City Council in the year my wife and I left, and we've determined that those are unrelated. Kevin is a noted author, attorney, and national education reform leader. As I said, a former member of the D.C. City Council. He chaired the council's education committee. He was at the forefront of promoting change within D.C.'s public school system, which, believe me, was in need of change. There's more than $500 million new dollars being made available to educate children in the District of Columbia. He is a national advocate for education choice. He helped shepherd the charter school movement in Washington, D.C. As under his committee chairmanship, the D.C. charter school movement became the most prolific school jurisdiction in the country, now with nearly half of public school children in the district attending charter schools. In addition, Mr. Chavos assisted in developing the district's 3-step education partnership with the federal government. That partnership led to an additional $60 million annual federal dollars for DC's public schools and for the public charter schools, and the first federal scholarship program, which has provided access to independent schools for nearly 6,000 children from low-income families since its inception. Mr. Chavos is also an accomplished author, published many books on education reform charter schools. He is a founding board member for the American Federation of Children. He is on the board chair for the Foundation for Online Blended Learning. He is also involved with many education reform groups and is founder and board chair emeritus for Democrats for Education Reform. Please welcome Mr. Chavos.
I'm so glad I brought my fan base with me. Thank you. And really good. Thank you so much for your leadership. And there's another representative here who I met. I don't remember her name. Oh, there you are. To give them a hand for their support of school choice. Jeremy. Now, Asher and Brad have me on a timeline, so I'm going to give you a teaser for what you're going to hear at lunch, because I do get fired up. But first, show some love. Thank you so much. Here in Las Vegas, and people all the time you get tired of all this stuff. I said, no, because I am an inventor. I'm my mission is to make sure each and every American school child is equal access to education. And here in Vermont, I know sometimes there are people who say, look, we're doing okay compared to other states. Usually the top 5, top 10. But you still have people that has gone largely unrecognized. Even though you are doing better per capita than most other states, you pale in comparison to what other nations are doing around the world. In fact, across the United States, of our high school graduates, barely 40% are college and Vermont is slightly better than that. That means that we're in effect the children that we are supposed to serve, we all serve that system. And as opposed to the other way around. The value and essence of school choice is simple. It puts the power in the hands of the parents and the children to pick and choose the option that best serves their needs. Really important because people talk about, are you trying to privatize public education, trying to destroy public education? The furthest thing from the truth. The reality is, in my DC experience, when we started our charter movement back in the late 90s and then our scholarship program in 2003, as Brian said, we were the worst performing school district in we were living in a school where most of our inmates were high school dropouts, and many kids who were dropping out of schools were going straight to prison. Well, when we started our charter movement, we put in place a premium on innovation and creativity, especially schools to meet parents and students where they needed to be. We had a specialty for little kids. Kids in one of the greatest tourist cities in America, and also learn the culinary arts. We now have chefs who graduate from that school. We have math and science. We have all these specialty schools to meet parents' needs and kids' needs that were most important. As a result, now in DC, we have nearly half of we have kids who grew up in Southeast DC, combined family income of $20,000 less, sitting in class with the president's children now going to college. In fact, that program has been so successful that 90% of kids graduate, 90% go to college. They come from schools in which over half the kids drop out. It's been life-changing. And the point that Brian made and lost on people's mind. The best way to stabilize your community, the best way to stabilize your state is through education. That's the only way you're going to get not only a solid demographic of people that live and stay here, also the best way to those who educate those young people we passionately believe in, that they believe in the state and invest in the state by here as well. Final thing, you know, I'm very proud of that. And not only have we helped children that wouldn't have been received, but just more than capital. I have to see public schools showing advances and gains. Indeed, over the last years, DC public schools, our traditional public school system, has shown increased enrollment. And our outgoing She said the only reason DC was one of the main projects because of this. In fact, she even said that, you know, if it wasn't for school choice, we would not be able to motivate her principals to reform the way they needed to be reformed in DC. And that's a powerful statement. The other are here, you see the same in Florida, similar experiences in Milwaukee, handful of states. The other of the experience is that we really build and what's beautiful about it is that this is actually follow the best school choice initiatives. Now in DC, you have DC public school principals who are high performing, sitting at the table with charter school principals who are high performing. They meet on, they're starting to meet on a regular basis, share best practices, and strategic. Try to should be a charter. That's a beautiful thing, isn't it? That's exactly the type of So I couldn't be more pleased